will really focus in on clarity this week. We're going to focus on clarity every week, though, really. But trying to make it more in the forefront of your mind. So, try your best to resist any urge or temptation to increase your speed with these before you're truly ready. What is truly ready? It means you can play these things without hearing any excess noise that you don't want whatsoever. Now, you're going to have, some string noise when you're moving around and whatnot. You might have the occasional little thing happen here or there, but, we basically, I don't want you to think like it has to be like the cleanest thing in the world, because every now and then you'll hear a little bit of stuff happen every now and then. But when it's like, when you leave the string and you clearly hear that thing ringing out, or if you clearly hear a chord ringing out, that's what we want to get rid of. So you can have little subtle noises that happen with all the high distortion. That's inevitable. So kind of understanding how to differentiate between the excessive noise versus that's just kind of playing with distortion type stuff. It'll get there. As far as the mutant stuff here, the index finger is definitely doing a lot with the muting. Basically, try and keep some contact with the string. Mine will pop off for just a moment there, but when I initially stop the note, when I'm leaving the A string, or the D string, when I initially leave it, it's still remaining on the string. It's just not actually hitting the fret. So the string, I don't know if you ever looked at it, it's kind of neat though. If you look at, how the string get contact with the fret, it's you never actually hit the fretboard itself. It just lands right on that string, or not lands on the string, lands on the fret. And then so basically the idea is you're touching the string, but the string is not depressed down onto the fret. That's the kind of pressure you want to aim for when letting go. And yes, if you can have your palm situated in such a way to help with the muting, that's totally fine. We just don't want it to sound like this. That's too much of a mute. So we'll back up just a little bit. Right there. And it's going to take some time just to get your hand used to, knowing where it needs to be in order to achieve certain muting aspects or whatnot. So it's very subtle. Takes time to get used to. It's just one of those things. It's like a technique, you know what you're aiming for, and then it's just going to take trial and error on your part in order to kind of figure out how your hand should feel in order to achieve the sounds that you want, or I guess in this case, achieve the sounds you don't, or achieve not having sounds you want. Anyway, I think you know what I mean. Fumbling over my words. Here we go, 60 beats a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here is 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here's 140. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, number 2. Just constant down, up, down, up, down, up. Making sure that you don't leave your index finger down on the E string notes. So basically do what we just talked about with that. But you go up to that A string, get that pressure off with the index finger, because it's going to have to be ready to jump up to that D string pretty quick. So here we go, and 60. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was the wrong note. Take 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. These strings are terrible for pinch harmonics. Think about getting a new set here soon. The pickups don't seem to help either. Anyway, 100 beats a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a 140. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, there we go. Yeah, the G string still rings out decent. Okay. Yeah, these pickups are fairly dark. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll get them replaced with something else. That and these, I usually get a different set of strings. I can't remember. I think these are like DR brand. I don't remember. I know they're like super thick for the downtune stuff, but yeah, some of them pinches just ain't coming out the way I want. I think they might be too thick. Anyway, this isn't helping the recap at all. But if you have any questions, let me know. I'll see you again next week.